From JBS Studios in Greater New York, this is the JBS News Update with Teisha Bader.
I'm Teisha Bader with the JBS News Update for Monday, September the 18th, 2017. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu met this afternoon with U.S. President Donald Trump on the sidelines of the 72nd session of the United Nations General Assembly in New York City. The two were set to address such issues in their talks today, as including the prospects for peace between Israel and the Palestinians and the Iran deal.
With the capability of Bibi and, frankly, the other side, I really think we have a chance. I think Israel would like to see it, and I think the Palestinians would like to see it. And I can tell you that the Trump administration would like to see it. So we're working very hard on it. We'll see what happens. Historically, people say it can't happen. I say it can happen. But I just want to say, Mr. President, it's an honor to have you. Thank you.
Great to see you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Mr. President, it's great to see you again. I want to say that under your leadership, the alliance between America and Israel has never been stronger, never been deeper. I can say this in ways that people see and in ways that they don't see. So I want to thank you for that. Equally, I look forward to discussing with you how we can address together what you rightly call is the terrible nuclear deal with Iran, and how to roll back Iran's growing aggression in the region, especially in Syria. As you said, we will discuss the way we can seize the opportunity for peace between Israel and the Palestinians, and between Israel and the Arab world. I think these things go together, and we look forward to talking about how we can advance both. Finally, we're going to be speaking tomorrow at the UN. And I want to say that under President Trump, America's position towards Israel at the UN has been unequivocal, it's been strong, it's got both clarity and conviction. And I want to thank you on behalf of the people of Israel and Israel's many friends around the world. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you.
And also, as you well know, this is the Jewish New Year this week. So I want to wish you, the Jewish community of America, Jews everywhere, people everywhere, Shana Tova, happy, healthy New Year. Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you.
Tomorrow, Netanyahu will address the UN General Assembly. And a delegation from Israel, which includes IDF officials, is in New York as well this week for the UN General Assembly. The coordinator of the government activities in the territories, or COGAT, IDF Major General Yoav Mordechai, met in the city today with Archbishop Cardinal Timothy Dolan, where the two discussed ways to further help Syrian civilians caught in that country's civil war. Mordechai also took part in meetings with the Ad Hoc Liaison Committee, which is geared at helping the Palestinian economy, and particularly with water and electricity assistance. Palestinian Authority Prime Minister Rami Hamdallah said he would be holding talks in Gaza with leaders of rival party Hamas. Hamas rules Gaza and has been in conflict with the PA's party Fatah for years. But yesterday, the terror group said that it had agreed to demands made by Fatah to dissolve its rule in Gaza, and that it was ready to hold talks and elections with the goal of forming a unity government with Fatah. Similar reports have been ongoing for years. PA President Mahmoud Abbas, meanwhile, is in New York as well this week for the UN General Assembly. He is expected to meet with U.S. President Trump on Wednesday. Israeli security forces prevented an attack over the weekend in the West Bank. A Palestinian man tried to throw makeshift grenades into the Rachel's Tomb complex in Bethlehem late Sunday night. Israeli troops in the area shot the man in his leg. He was taken to the hospital for treatment. The U.S. Army, for the first time, has opened a permanent base in Israel. IDF Brigadier General Tzvika Chayamovich, who heads the IDF's Aerial Defense Division, said today that the historic base represents the long-standing partnership, the strategic commitment between the armies and the militaries of our countries. According to Chayamovich, several dozen American soldiers will be stationed at the permanent base, which is located in southern Israel.
I would like to note that this life support area represents the first ever stationing of the United States Army unit on Israeli soil.
And taking a look now at our programming for tonight on JBS for Monday, September the 18th. At 7 o'clock, it's the wisdom of Dr. Ruth Westheimer. At 7:30, a look at the meaning of charity. At 8 o'clock, Yair Rosenberg, who is the #2 most targeted Jewish journalist for anti-Semitic online harassment, explains his philosophy of response to such bigotry with the ADL's Steve Ginsburg in Connecticut. At 9, Mark Golub sits down with author Abigail Pogrebin on L'chaim, and at 10, remarks from noted philosopher Rabbi Adin Steinsaltz at the 92nd Street Y. And coming up right after this newscast tonight at 6:30, Harvard Law Professor Emeritus Alan Dershowitz talks with Israeli leaders. And we end today with the passing of a major Jewish philanthropist, Jerry Gottesman. Gottesman, together with his wife Paula, made a profound impact on the Jewish community, including significant endowments and grants to several Jewish day schools in New Jersey, Jewish federations, as well as to the educational reading program PJ Library. And the Gottesmans also created the largest endowed community-based Jewish camp program in North America. Jerry Gottesman was in Israel with his family when he died last Sunday at the age of 87. His funeral was held Tuesday in New Jersey. In addition to his wife Paula, Gottesman is survived by 4 daughters, 17 grandchildren, and 2 great-grandchildren. The Gottesmans were also longtime supporters of JBS. And JBS President Mark S. Golub and the entire JBS staff send our most sincere condolences to Paula and the entire family. Zecher Tzadik Livracha. The memory of the righteous will forever be a blessing.